it's not very good, is it? And I mean, that's putting it mildly. What's been so interesting is I regarded the advent of With Love Meghan rather like I regarded root canal surgery. It's one of those things that you know it's coming, you really don't want it.
Picture this scandal. What began as a multi-million-dollar Netflix deal to boost Meghan Markle's global empire has spectacularly imploded in a humiliating public collapse post-royalty. Once Netflix's crown jewel With Love Meghan was abruptly axed after jaw-dropping revelations emerged about mass fabrication and blatant public manipulation. Insiders insist Meghan was caught red-handed in an act so explosive, so truly shockingly unethical. The fallout? A career crisis unfolding live for the world to see.
Easier to watch than the Harry and Meghan versus everybody else show we did a couple of years ago. It's actually worse because the Harry and Meghan show at least had newsworthy lines, it at least had some purpose to it.
Netflix had no choice but to scrap season 2 entirely. Staged charity scenes, plagiarized stories, and manipulated clips. From fake outreach segments to dramatic reenactments, the deception ran deep. Meghan's polished image is crumbling under the weight of truth, and Netflix refuses to carry that baggage any longer. One major red flag that triggered internal panic was the discovery that multiple scenes of her so-called charitable work were totally staged.
Markle, but she calls herself Meghan Sussex in the show. And you keep thinking, is this going to be the new Meghan Sussex that we see? But there's all these bizarre touches in it. Like at one point, she says that she's going to have pretzel bags made up, and they're individually personalised pretzel bags.
A production assistant leaked that a volunteer scene at a children's literacy center was pure fiction. Meghan wasn't volunteering at all. All the kids were paid actors. Donations were sent back after filming wrapped, and Meghan's personal staff masqueraded as local volunteers. This stunt tramples documentary ethics and insults genuine philanthropy. Netflix executives? They were completely blindsided and absolutely livid.
I know that Daniel loves peanut butter. I'm still going to label this. You always want to be conscious if someone has a nut allergy.
And there's another moment where this wonderfully demeaning and high-handed
viewers discovered the authentic footage was pure orchestration, carefully crafted deception. Netflix's legal team was thrown into panic over Meghan's defamatory remarks about the royals, particularly Queen Camilla and Prince William. In one shocking episode plan, Meghan even accused a senior royal of emotionally abandoning her during pregnancy.
Yeah. Yes, finally. Yes, hallelujah. I always have to give a preamble to whenever I talk about Meghan and Harry and say, I don't know them, I'm not haters, I don't care. But I think the way they have taken their 2 days, because they were really working royals for basically.
Legal teams uncovered zero documentation, zero witnesses, and zero timeline to support the claim. Attorneys flagged that segment as potentially libelous, warning Netflix that Buckingham Palace could sue. Under intense pressure, streaming giant quietly axed the footage, but the damage to trust was already done. Meghan's storytelling crossed both legal and moral lines. Reports from inside production describe a toxic work environment led by Meghan herself. Multiple crew members anonymously report her behavior as hostile, micro-controlling, belittling, and condescending. The atmosphere was so tense that staff dreaded each day. One assistant even claimed Meghan would publicly scold staff for minor mistakes, turning every slip-up into a harsh reprimand. The leaks paint a picture of a set ruled by fear rather than collaboration.
And basically commercialize their experience in the royal family. And commercialize the royal family is so disrespectful to the Queen, who has basically dedicated her life in service to the royal family. I've always said, I think a lot of the things they've done after leaving the royal family has been very tacky, in particular the Oprah interview. But I think this was probably the final straw for me because I just thought, wow, you're really...
One insider revealed Meghan demanded last-minute script tweaks that directly contradicted earlier edits. Morale cratered overnight. Production slipped off schedule, and Netflix had to fly in conflict resolution experts too late to salvage season 2, with many crew refusing to return. What should have been an inspiring, behind-the-scenes glimpse morphed into a royal-sized clash of egos and Hollywood melodrama. Even worse, some personal tearful stories weren't hers. Viewers spotted a grocery store racial profiling scene nearly identical to a viral 2017 Reddit post. The scandal exposed the show unraveling under its own deception, leaving Netflix and Meghan's reputation in shambles.
You're just running with it shamelessly, right? This is the Queen's Jubilee year, and you just have no shame in what you're doing. And I think people are sick of it. What else are they going to say? There's nothing interesting about them anymore.
We've talked for ages about if you're already part of something and then you go there moaning about press intrusion, you sign this big deal. Delighted it's canned. I cannot handle, right?
Word-for-word matches, identical scenes and descriptions. The only twist? Meghan sold it as her own lived experience on global TV, triggering Netflix's fact-checkers to flag multiple instances of emotional plagiarism. For a service built on original storytelling, it was a gut-punch betrayal. It exposed not mere laziness, but a deliberate play for sympathy. Post-production teams uncovered audio tweaks and cuts crafted to manufacture fake emotional beats, total manipulation of viewer empathy. In one viral clip, Meghan sits in her living room clutching Archie's toy, tears quietly streaming down her face. It's supposed to be intimate and raw, but now feels like a staged sob story.
This is what I forget, the virtue signalling and all that. I don't know how he and she can, through this Archie World Foundation, can say things like, we won't rest until we've created world peace. Do you know what? You don't even know what honestly, it's almost so condescending. And for me, just go back to America and shut.
It turns out the tears were all post-production fakery. Meghan never cried on camera. A former editor admits dozens of scenes were doctored with added sobbing audio, mood lighting, and sound layering to manufacture sympathy. Netflix believed they were showcasing unvarnished truth, but got a reality show in disguise. Next, we'll explore how Meghan's celebrity standing has imploded, why her children's footage triggered legal alarms, and how internal memos now label her a serious reputational risk. Her carefully built empire is fracture-prone, and this could be the final blow. Early leaks have already cast Meghan as manipulative, dishonest, and alarmingly self-absorbed.
But I'm not surprised, because Netflix have probably gone, it's not going to work. Maybe Netflix have heard the noise against these two. I know she loves them.
Well, I mean, Sharon, I would love to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, I'm like, welcome to the industry. You wanted to be a part of it.
Picture this next bombshell. From celebrity outrage to Netflix memos branding her a liability, the walls are closing in. Then came the final nails in the coffin of her Netflix dream. After the first episodes of With Love Meghan aired, execs hoped to ride the same Sussex Docs wave, but reality hit like a ton of bricks. Viewer ratings cratered by over 60% by episode 3, with audiences blasting the content as empty, fake, and painfully scripted. Even diehard Sussex fans aired their disappointment online, accusing Meghan of manipulative theatrics instead of genuine storytelling.
Welcome. It happens so many times to so many people. And I mean, I didn't think the idea was great in the beginning. The story we've heard is a million, you've seen it a million times. But anyway, this is not an unusual thing.
Think less docuseries, more grand performance. Meghan as the misunderstood diva. Netflix's algorithm spiked with mass drop-offs mid-episode, proving viewers bailed fast. Then in a jaw-dropping twist, an anonymous insider leaked a top-secret memo among Netflix execs. Dated just weeks before cancellation, it read, "We can no longer treat Meghan Markle as an asset. She is a reputational liability, her content lacks credibility, and the backlash is eroding brand trust." The memo urged shelving all future projects under her name. The walls closed in as even Netflix's own champions grew wary. That internal verdict sealed her fate. No more With Love, Meghan.
Company's not doing good. The first thing they have to do is cut. And they've cut them. But I think that their business, I don't think that Meghan's book for children did very good. And I don't think their podcast was doing great. So welcome to Hollywood.
Well, it's always...
That memo even urged a thorough legal review of all existing footage to dodge costly defamation claims. If true, it's devastating. A bombshell that inside her biggest media ally, Meghan is now viewed not as an asset, but as a liability, demanding containment. Several clips of Archie and Lilibet set off major legal alarms at Netflix. What was billed as intimate family moments lacked proper documentation, timestamps, or caretaker permissions. execs feared the Sussexes used stand-in children or stage scenes without legal clearance. If proven,
You couldn't tell. But like, there's 10 ideas and you'll be lucky if one gets
Have
commissioned.
they been rumbled? Is that what's happened here? Have they actually finally been rumbled?
I think it was the name. I think they must have thought, you know, we're Meghan, we're Harry, we're going to sign this deal. But when you fill in the gaps, with the greatest respect to podcast, the Archibald thing, where's the substance? The only thing that...
this could be a major breach of child protection rules in filmed media. As a result, scenes with the children were quietly cut, and legal advisors warned that any future projects involving them will need strict third-party oversight. Originally, with Love, Meghan was set to include interviews and cameos from her inner circle. Oprah, Ellen, Serena Williams, Tyler Perry, and even Michelle Obama were on the early guest list. But sources say each of them backed out after seeing the show's concept. An executive revealed,
more work is the Invictus Games, I would think, because there's something good about that.
He's done that for years, though, hasn't he? I mean, if you're Netflix and you've got to save some money, they've lost a load of subscribers, they've got to try and save some money somewhere, they've got this big list of programs that they need to cut back on. You're not going to cut back on the best ones, you're going to cut back on the...
people refused to join a vanity project built on half-truths. Meghan's reputation as a manipulative, unpredictable figure made her a too risky partner. Even in Hollywood, Netflix's biggest blunder? Giving Meghan full creative control. She shrugged off editorial feedback, overruled veteran producers, and demanded scripts that reflected her version of the truth, not the facts. One producer even dubbed it a documentary by dictatorship, a savage verdict on set dynamics. Scenes were rewritten mid-shoot, and editors were ordered to cut any footage that didn't make Meghan look powerful and graceful. When crew pushed back, she allegedly threatened to walk away and take the project elsewhere. Now Netflix execs confess they gave the steering wheel to someone who crashed the vehicle.
They've made a loss of, well, the company value has gone down 50 billion in recent months. They've made a net loss of 200,000 subscribers. Maybe they've cut other animations as well. It was one of 3 animations that they've cut. Animations are quite expensive to make nowadays. So I just think that this is part of the industry. How many pilots have we all been a part of?
Then Netflix threw the road under the bus. Season 2 of With Love, Meghan was officially trashed, and Meghan Markle's brand is drowning under its own contradictions. The fairy tale is dead, and Netflix isn't just stepping back, it's running for cover. It's safeguarding its reputation from total wreckage. And Meghan, she's discovering the brutal truth. When your story is built on fiction, one real-world gust is all it takes to shatter it.